Well, I think this is an opportunity for the right kind of regulation to come into play. I think the basics and this will not be popular, amongst, true crypto enthusiasts, but I think at least when touching financial services, KYC and AML protocols will come into play. And I think that custodianship will come into play. Like, what does it mean to give your assets to a third party, and what are their fiduciary obligations when you do that? I think clarity around those two things are inevitable as a result of this, because I just don't see the U.S. government or any well-established government saying, hey, if you send a $10 million wire to China, we require all of this documentation at the bank. But if you send 10 million USDC, we don't require anything. I don't see that situation existing. So I think there'll be some parity on KYC and AML protocols to fiat. I also think that FTX is really going to push the envelope on custodianship, because the major breakdown, it seems, was that they took client funds and used them for their own gain, or maybe not gain was the wrong word. For their own activity, right? For their own gambling, it seems. So I think we're going to see it in those areas. And I think the reason why the U.S. government would not be, I would not recommend them to try to kill it, to kill crypto, is because this is a global phenomenon, right? This is not just encapsulated in the United States. So there are and will be governments who advance crypto technologies. China's already, running their own central-based digital currency and pilot. You've heard a lot of talk about, Russia now running a national exchange. And there's many more stories like that. And so I think that if the US were to shut down crypto, let's say make it illegal, for example, draconian step, it would put them at a disadvantage on the global stage, because other countries will continue to develop technologies that will ultimately weaken the dollar.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you look at what's happening with BRICS, right? I mean, they're expanding the definition of BRICS. And it looks like, more and more countries will be working towards trading for things like oil on a different platform than SWIFT. And, while that may not happen tomorrow, with the advancement of technology at the rate it's going, ultimately that's going to happen. Something like that's going to happen. And so I think the US would be at a disadvantage to try to kill it. They got to find a way to allow it to continue to grow so they can use the technologies to their, national and commercial advantage without killing it.